So who was Ginn in that breakdown? So your dad told you that she had been probably a slave. And the Lucian Alliance.
The Lucian Alliance. We, you know, I think it was like, honestly, I can't remember.
That's okay.
I watched my episodes since they aired. But what, the Lucian Alliance, didn't we boarded Destiny kind of illegally, right? And then, but it was out of our, it's like you take a desperate situation with an egotistical leader, and you kind of get forced into these situations. And for Ginn, I think it was like she was really skilled at whatever she did at that podium.
The apple core.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
Look at me. Do I look like I know what I'm doing? And then, and then I remember I saved Blue Diamond Phillips and killed that really bad guy, and then we were slowly friends. That's what I remember. I don't remember very much.
No, it's okay. Do you remember Rona Mitra?
You know, I never worked with her because she came on at the end of season 1, right?
Yes.
Didn't they board at the end of season 1? I wasn't introduced until beginning of season 2.
Yeah.
So, and I think they ended up killing her at the.
Yes, Blue Diamond Phillips and Rona Mitra have a shootout, and they both go down. And then it was left hanging at the end of season 1 who survived, because they were debating whether or not to bring her back, and they chose not to.
Yes.
So then they brought in, I'm trying to remember if Simeon in Stargate, if he was in.
If he was in the, I don't think so. I think
1. It's been so long since I've seen it.
Simeon.
Right. Fantastic. Robert, is it Robert?
He's Robert Nepper.
Nepper.
He's great.
Fantastic actor.
Really good.
Oh, man.
I know. Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, I don't think he was in I think that they kind of, maybe I'm wrong, or maybe I wonder if the guy that I ended up killing in season 2, the beginning of season 2, was he introduced with Rona at the end of season 1.
I'm trying to see right now. This is
probably,
so professional of me.
You know, they could have used the opportunity of the season break to be like, all right, well, who are going to be our Lucian Alliance regulars? Right. You know, I think they had that break to kind of hash that out.
Nepper wasn't introduced until season 2, so I think that he.
Yeah, and I think Mike Dopud. He's great too.
Fantastic actor.
Yeah, I think we all came on in season 2.
What was the costume like?
I remember, this is my favorite costume related story. It was basically head to toe leather. I think I was vegan at the time, and the costume designer was so lovely and had me, actually, I don't think I wore, there was no fake leather, but she allowed me to they resized someone else's pants or outfit. So most of my outfit was reused rather than made from new leather. And I thought that was really nice to do, because I cared about that. And I think there's one scene of, I don't remember. I think it's me, David, Elise, maybe Brian in the commissary, right? Where we're sitting at the table and we're drinking and eating and stuff. And at the very end of the scene, I think, and of course, once you start doing an action on take 1, you have to keep doing the same thing, right? So you have to match it up. And so it was was reaching, you can't see me, I was reaching for my cup and I took it in to sip. And so the scene would end and it would be complete silence. And then you hear,
the leather creaking.
It was just one of those things, you couldn't stop it, and then you can't stop laughing, and
because you're expecting it every time,
every single time, and then you're just waiting for it. You're we'll try not to do it this time, but I yeah, that's probably my biggest memory of the costume, was how creaky it was when it was very quiet on set.
You let in on a little bit of the fact that your character was very technical oriented. And those characters have a very specific place in Stargate because they move the plot forward with their dialogue. You are looking at a screen that is giving out information in Ancient, you know, which is just a font transposition, and having to say that the star is going to explode, or, you know, the ship is not wanting to go back into hyperspace or whatever. Was the dialogue tough?
Oh yeah. Anytime I have, and I do remember in particular, I haven't gone back and watched it to remember which one was the worst, you know, the hardest. But I am very good at, I'm a very quick memorizer.
Well, that's good in your profession. That's important.
It definitely helped, like, because it's like you have to just like memorize these words that you don't really know what they mean. But once they're in my head, then I was able to like kind of discover more of their meaning. But I swear I remember even being on set going, and then like, I think I kept my sides either like under, like right near me so that I could look at them right before, because it's just really hard to do dialogue that like, it would be hard to play a physicist or a surgeon, right? Cause you're just all these sentences that are like kind of like memorizing another language. You don't, it's hard to say them with meaning because they're you know,
it's foreign. Not random, but you have to take the context of the story in order to decrypt what they're talking about, because we're dealing with alien technology, and the alien technology has its own function, but we have to get somewhere in the story with it. So it was definitely challenging, but I mean, I liked playing the nerd. I like those techie girls. I mean, I like the nerdy characters. I want to do more of that. I'm ready for more. One of my favorite lines of Ginn's, and I put it at the beginning of each show, I put a character's quote, and it's something along the lines of, you know, I trust numbers more than anything because numbers don't lie. You know, that speaks to a lot of what that character was, because as a member of the Lucian Alliance, and I can tell you a little bit of that backstory, is they rose up when the Goa'uld were defeated across the galaxy. And so the criminals, the most dodgy underworld elements of the galaxy banded together. And so she was kind of, as I would imagine, swept along with that. And her utility as a scientist became very advantageous. But she had, I would imagine, very little power outside of that. So, you know, to be in a position across the universe where she was then cut off from the rest of that clan that she was with, and with people that she could perhaps make a life with, like with Eli, gave her, I mean, I suspect, a fair amount of power. It's like, now I'm in a place where I can start forming my own destiny. Pardon the pun.
Oh, there you go. Yes. Yeah. I mean, and the trouble she's seen and experienced coming with her into this new possible ship life is, it makes it even more important to kind of have some roots with nice people.
Thanks for watching this clip from Dial the Gate. You can find the full live stream shows on our YouTube channel, or visit dialthegate.com for the complete schedule. See you on the other side.